Today we're diving into a fantasy adventure game full of Southern folklore and generational trauma, with a magical black girl at the center of it all. So it's been a little over a month since South of Midnight dropped. I've been waiting for this game since the very first announcement, and y'all, it did not disappoint. Once upon a time, a group called Outkast said, "The South got something to say." And South of Midnight portrays its voice beautifully. Before we begin, I want to give a big thank you to Xbox, Compulsion Games, and Keymailer for making this review possible. This is my spoiler-free review of South of Midnight. Let's get into it. South of Midnight is a third-person action-adventure game set in the magical, moss-covered heart of the American Deep South. You play as Hazel, a young black girl grappling with the disappearance of her mother and the responsibilities of a mystical inheritance. As a newly awakened weaver, Hazel's job is to mend the magical threads of her world, literally, by unraveling corruption, battling supernatural creatures called haints, and learning how to stitch together the broken pieces of the past.
You're welcome to try bottling up the pain, but the roots of this trouble go deep.
The gameplay feels familiar if you've played action-adventure titles, but it's also super accessible for newcomers. Whether you're into the combat, exploration, or just vibing with a good story, there's plenty of generational secrets to unravel. But South of Midnight isn't just a game. It's a case study in cultural appreciation, a story steeped in Southern folklore and spirituality, and it's all told with an amazing style. Visually, this game is breathtaking. It's like Spider-Verse meets Coraline in all of the best ways. Character animations have this choppy, handcrafted feel that gives the whole world a surreal, dreamlike texture, almost like a storybook come to life. The stop-motion style truly sets this game apart from everything else out right now. We need to talk about the soundtrack. From bluegrass and country to haunting Delta blues straight out of Robert Johnson's playbook, the music in South of Midnight isn't just there for vibes. It's another travel companion along the way. The soundtrack guides you, hypes you up at the climaxes, and slips in bits of lore while you're wandering through Prospero. It's so intertwined with the story that it feels like it's narrating Hazel's journey in real time. Whether it's softly building up the anticipation or a full-on blues riff before a boss fight, the soundtrack slaps. This is a 100% headphones on, volume up experience. Please don't play this game on mute. You're missing half the magic. As someone who grew up and still lives in the South, I felt seen playing this game. This isn't the tired, backwoods horror version of the South that we usually get. This is a vibrant, complex, deeply spiritual South, one full of familiar souls and family secrets. South of Midnight stands as a clear example of cultural appreciation done right. The folklore in this game has deep roots in Southern spirituality, particularly hoodoo and voodoo.
Crossroad? Okay. Where to now?
What's more compelling? Oh, follow the river.
Ah, okay.
And it's all represented with care and respect. Many of the characters are based on Appalachian and Yoruba mythology. The lore pieces found around the world echo stories or superstitions I've heard within my own family. This game is a living love letter to ancestral legacy.
Wait for me here. I'll find something to get y'all across.
Whoa, she went far. I can make it too.
Hazel doesn't just sound Southern, she is Southern.
A talking fish? Nope. Ain't no way. I can't see shit.
Her inner dialogue, her interactions, even her reactions to the world around her all ring true.
I ain't no moohag.
Well, maybe ain't.
And Hazel is not your typical chosen one either. She's stubborn, sarcastic, and sometimes downright rude. You feel her grief, but you also see her mess up, grow, and try again. She's a beautifully flawed character trying to do her best with the hand she's been dealt. And I can say the same about the supporting cast. Every character we come across feels real and lived in. These aren't tropes, they're people, and you feel their history. None of the characters are perfect, and that makes the more emotional moments in the game land hard. And the realness doesn't just go for the characters. Every area of Prospero feels alive. You'll see birds scatter as you approach, hear frogs croaking in the distance, and even notice some animals reacting to Hazel and Crouton as they move through the world. A few of them even act as companions along the way. The details make Prospero feel like a real, magical place, and I didn't want to leave. Speaking of companions, let's talk about the real MVP, Crouton. Crouton is more than a travel buddy. He's comic relief and a key part of how you interact with the world of Prospero. I didn't expect him to be so cute and lovable, but he stole a big part of the show for me. So Xbox, if you're listening, I need Crouton merch. I'm talking plushies, stickers, maybe an enamel pin. I'm trying to love on my own Crouton ASAP. Please and thank you. All right, so let's talk nitpicks. As amazing as this game was, I have a few notes. First, where is the photo mode? I spent half the game pausing just to snap screenshots. Visuals this stunning deserve a photo mode. Full stop. Give me filters, poses, selfies with Crouton. I'm begging. Some storylines deserved more time. There are a few characters and story arcs that I felt were wrapped up a little too quickly, and I was left wanting more emotional closure. If this game gets DLC, and it better, I would love a prequel chapter where we learn how Bunny got the Weaver tools in the first place. She was clearly holding more secrets, and I need to know everything. Combat in South of Midnight is straightforward and simplistic. If you came in expecting something like Dark Souls, you'll be disappointed. That being said, I'd argue that the combat is beginner-friendly on purpose. With accessibility options like no combat mode and customizable difficulties, the devs clearly wanted this to be approachable for more than just hardcore gamers. The haints are cool, but there's not a ton of variety in combat. After a while, you get used to their patterns, but they will gang up on you if you're not paying attention. And as someone who is used to God of War's combat system, let me tell you, them haints got hands. They will jump you. So, should you play South of Midnight? If you're into Southern folklore with a touch of realism, yes. If you want a fantasy adventure with beautifully flawed characters, yes. If you want a game that honors Black and Southern culture without watering it down, absolutely yes. Or if you just want to support games with an unapologetically Black protagonist, still 100% yes. Honestly, I've heard from so many folks who don't even play games that this one made them want to start. And to me, that says everything. This isn't just a game, it's a masterful representation of Southern fantasy being brought to one of my favorite mediums of art. South of Midnight is heartfelt, original, and refreshingly different. So if you've been on the fence, consider this your sign to dive in. Thanks again to Xbox and Compulsion Games for the chance to review this game. If you like this video, hit that like button, drop a comment with your favorite moment or character in South of Midnight, and subscribe for more cozy chaos and magical reviews. And if you find some official Crouton merch, I expect all of you to tag me immediately. Until next time, watch out for those haints.